Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, a warm welcome to you as well. So before we get started, I actually did a video titled, Is Travel Nursing for You? That video has a few tips in it as well, so you can check that video out once you're done with this one. Hey guys, I am Nisi. I am a registered nurse and creator of this YouTube channel, Neslie's World. If you like the content I create on this page, remember to hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post a video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Now let's get back to the video. In today's video, we will be talking about some travel nurse starter tips, just some things to think about before you start traveling. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the interview. We all know how the interview can be. It can be very nerve-wracking and it can be very uncomfortable at first, just when you start getting into it. But once you've done like 2, 3, 4, you kind of got it. The interview is always the starting point for a lot of us. We have to make sure that we actually sell ourselves in the interview. And that is one thing to always remember. Remember to sell yourself. You are confident in who you are as a nurse, and you need to make them know that you are confident in who you are as a nurse, okay? Also, this is the time, the interview, this is the time for you to ask your questions. You need to ask questions as it relates to the patient to nurse ratios. You need to ask about floating. As a traveler, are you the only one that's going to be floated? Or do the staff take turns in floating to other units? So you need to know that as well. If you're being hired as a float or in the float pool, then that is completely different. But if you're hired directly for a floor, you have to make sure that you have some kind of, comfort in how you feel about being a floater for that unit. Or if you feel comfortable with the staff rotating, you need to know if this is something that is going to happen, okay? Another thing, with COVID, you have to ask these questions as well. Is this going to be a COVID unit? Because you want to make sure that this is something that you are comfortable with. A lot of us go into the interview thinking, okay, I'm being hired for a regular telemetry floor. This telemetry floor may be a COVID unit. So this is a question to ask. Sometimes the recruiters won't know and the managers will. So you have to ask that question as well during your interview, okay? We are going to choose our recruiters wisely. Some recruiters can be like cars salesmen that they will try to just push contracts, push location, push this, push that. Wherever you want to go, they'll try to push it. You have to realize that some recruiters, once they get you in a contract, they may go ghost. They may be gone, okay? So if your contract is coming up and you have certain questions that you need to ask your recruiter and you realize your recruiter is taking extended times to answer you, or they're taking maybe days to answer a question, something that you will consider simple. You send them an email, you send them a text, you give them a call, you left a voicemail, and they're not responding. You have to remember, in times of crisis, while you're outside of home, outside of your comfort zone, and you have issues with whatever is going on at the facility, you want someone that is going to answer you in a timely manner, as well as you want to have somebody that is also going to be readily available or have some form of backup to be readily available to answer any questions that you have. So please, please, please always choose your recruiters wisely. You don't want to choose someone that keep dropping red flags or keep talking to you in a condescending tone, because I've dealt with a few of those. So try not to think that because you got this recruiter, it is done, solid, set in stone, and you can't get another one. You can always call the company and ask for a different recruiter, okay? So make sure that you choose your recruiter wisely. Some recruiters can make or break your experience in traveling, okay? Number 3, do not overbuy on scrubs. So there was one thing that I did when I got to a contract. They had like I think it was a turquoise color. Yeah, that's the color for the floor that I was going to be working. And you don't want to buy that rare color. Like for example, there's not a lot of facilities with that use that color, so you have to be mindful of this. Do not go out and overbuy like 5 different scrubs because you're saying, oh, I'm going to do overtime, blah blah blah, and you overbuy on all these scrubs and then you have it for just 3 months and you don't ever wear it again. If that's something that you're comfortable with, then that's fine. But personally, I would not want to waste money on that. So if you can thrift those kind of scrubs, you can also do that. Or if you know a friend and you wear the same size, then you can do that as well. Some people do that. So think about that when you're going into the facility, not to overbuy on scrubs, okay? So number 4, we need to know how we're going to get to our destination. Are we going to be shipping our car up there? Are we going to get somebody to drive our car up there and then we fly? We need to think about all these different things. And this is what it always come back to, always plan. So the fun way, or the fun things that people do, is they leave out a few days before their contract actually start and they do a whole road trip. They can do this road trip alone. They can do this. You can I'm talking about you. Why I keep saying they. You can do this road trip alone, or you can ask a friend or a family member to do it with you, and you guys stop at different special places across the state where you can go sightseeing, or you can stop for a night and do something fun in a fun city if you have to drive through one. So that is something to think about on how you're going to go to your destination. So there's different options. I've had people, or not for people, I have had friends that actually ship their cars to their destination, or they just make it a fun little trip and they do a big road trip and they travel with some friends and travel to their destination. So that is something to think about as well. I think this last tip is very important. The last tip I have for you is weather. So if you're leaving from Florida during the winter time, it's not too cold, and you're going all the way up, well, maybe South Florida. Let's use South Florida. So if you're leaving from Central or South Florida and you're going up north to like Maine during the winter season, you have to make sure that you have some winter clothes because you will freeze. I did that when I was going to Virginia. I did not pack appropriately for the weather, and I was like, so I had to like stop at Walmart and grab some thermal stuff. So dress appropriately if you're going up north, or carry some winter clothes if you have. If you don't, just buy a few so you can have things that will keep you comfortable and warm. Like myself, I like to be warm. So you will try to get some warm clothing to be with you while you're traveling. So yeah, guys, that is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video or you like the content on my page, remember to hit that subscribe button. Also, remember to hit that notification bell so you can be notified every single time I post a video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!